If two interior angles on the same side of a transversal intersect two parallel lines are in the ratio of 2:3, then the greatest of the two angles is. That is your question. So let me draw the diagram and explain it to you guys. Only then it will make sense. So I'll show you guys two versions. This particular thing will be for 2-marker answer. And the next version would be how to solve it as an MCQ question. Okay, I'll show both the versions so that you guys know both. So there are many ways of finding the answer. At least few ways, not many, but quite a few ways. I'll show both and you guys can decide on what to do. Okay, so we have M and N, PQ, and T or UV or something, whatever you guys want to call this as. Now, so what is that we have? We have two parallel lines and we have a transversal line. This you guys know. Let's read the question again. If two interior angles, so interior means what? This space. Okay. If two interior angles on the same side of transversal, that is either left or right, two parallel lines are in the ratio of 2:3. What they mean is, say this angle and this angle, they're in the ratio which is 2:3. We have to figure out the greatest of the two angles. Say we have to figure out this particular angle. Okay, let me call that as O. So VOQ, we have to figure out VOQ. Okay, so that's the question. So again, I'm showing this as a 2-marker question. So we have been given angle X and angle Y. I'm going to call it as X and Y. X by Y is equal to 2/3. So what can you tell? As per the idea of ratio, we can write X as 2A and Y as 3A, where A is a common factor. So where A is a common factor. Okay, it is to do with ratios. If you guys are not clear what is this A and all of this, why are we taking A? You guys have to learn the ratio basics. So I'll just explain it off. See, 2/3 ratio can be 20/30 also, because 20/30 in the simplest form is 2/3. It can be 14/21 also. So the common factor here is 7. The common factor here is 10. So we don't know what is the common factor exactly for this condition. So the common factor can be anything true, but if you have a condition, it can't be anything. It has to be a particular thing. That common factor is what we have to figure out. Okay, if you figure out that common factor, you'll be able to find Y. So that's what we are trying to do. And now we'll move on to the working. So what is the concept that we have to use? All of this is okay. What is that concept we have to use? Yes, obviously it has to do with parallel and transversal line. In that, what is that we have to use? Yes, interior angles on the same side of a transversal is supplementary. Okay, that is A plus B is equal to 180 degree, or if you take the other side also, those two angles should add up to 180 degree. So we have X plus Y, that should be equal to 180 degree, right? We need to write the reason. Interior angles on the same side of transversal is supplementary. Okay, that is what they add up to 180 degree. So since X is 2A and Y is 3A, this has to be equal to 180 degree, and this is 5A, which is equal to 180 degree, and then we can divide with 5, and so A is equal to this is 3 and 6, 36 degree, and obviously Y will be 36 into 3, and thus we have Y. Let me write it over here. So Y, which is equal to 3 times of A, will be 3 times of 36, This is 801 degree. So option B. Okay. So this was your MCQ version, sorry, non-MCQ version. So the MCQ version will be something like this. So we can just tell X by Y, or the bigger angle, or greatest angle will be equal to, again, you don't need to write all of it, you can do it mentally also. So it will be 3 by 2 plus 3, because they are in the ratio of 3:2. So we have to take the ratio which belongs to the greatest, that is 3, and divide with the sum of the ratio, that is the 2:3, right? Into, since they add up to 180 degree, we need to write this. Okay, again, this is the calculation that we need not even show. This is only for your reference. So this is the angle, or the sum which they should add up to. The angles should add up to this. And this ratio has to do with the angle itself. So this is part of the ratio, and this is sum of the ratio. So this is the trick. I'm not teaching any conceptual stuff over here. I'm just showing you the trick. For concept, you have to go back to ratios. Okay. So if you calculate this, obviously you will get 3 by 5 into 180 degree, the same answer as 108. This is the funda. Okay, this is how you solve for MCQ questions. That's your MCQ version, and this is your 2-marker question.